Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, so welcome back to Reframe Mindset podcast. It's Colin Smith Brooks, and this episode now, since we're winding down to the end of the year, I got some stats, from Spotify. End of the year they do a Spotify Wrapped where they talk about some stats that you have gotten from your podcast, and it makes sense that since you're one of the listeners, you can listen and hear how we have done this year. So let's get into it now. So according to Spotify, so on January 3 of this year, the first, that's 2021, the first episode of the year that was dropped was Basic Necessities of Life, Political Video and Transportation. So that was the first episode. Jamaica and Australia has loved me the most according to Spotify. So Jamaica and Australia love me the most. So, and four of my fans, four of the people that listen to this podcast, listen to my podcast more than any other podcast. So, we are four loyal persons, whoever you are. Yeah, man. I said 34% of my fans listen between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. So, guess I'm a one that you listen to before you go to sleep. What else I think that. And this year I released 3,258 minutes of content across 127 episodes. So I released 127 episodes this year, and in total it comes up to 3,258 minutes. So we have done a lot this year. We have done a lot, and it's the successes and what the podcast have gotten is all thanks to you. I think by this episode I would have 1,700 plays. By you listen to this episode, I would have 1,700 plays. So that's due to every one of you guys that listen. And we have done a lot of things during this year. If you're listening now, that means you have made it through 3 years of the coronavirus pandemic. So you're a survivor. We are both survivors, So yeah. And the last thing about it now, the podcast have fans in 7 different countries. They didn't mention which 7, but yeah, we have fans all worldwide. We're worldwide now. So yeah, that's basically it for it. And I thank you for those that listen this year. We have done a lot. Throughout all the circumstances we pushed through, and now we're here. And for those that listen, I'm sure, I hope that one of those episodes have helped you to make a progress this year forward compared to where you were last year. I hope at least one of the episodes help you to make a progress forward in your life. So all right, that's it, and thank you for listening to the podcast. I guess I'm not sure if any episode going to come for the rest of the year, so I guess, God's willing, New Year's you'll hear from me again. So thank you, and have a happy New Year when it comes. Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching.
and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
Okay, no. Welcome back to the Frame Mindset Podcast. My name is Colin Smith Brooks, and if you're listening to this, we have made it into 2022. So, Happy New Year. We did it. We did it. We made it. Yeah, and it's, funny enough, I feel excited recording this episode, but, before I recorded this episode, 2022 feel like a continuation. It's like, oh, I made it, but so it's like we're just continuing. But now that I'm recording, I feel happy. I feel happy. Yeah, man. So um, let's get into it and see. So if you have been one of the persons that I've listened from, from last year or from when I've started, one of my recent